Okay, there we go. So I am going to now share my screen. We are talking about just some mindset things. Nope, that's not it at all. Share screen. There we go. I guess. Oh, that was my fault. Okay. Here we go. Just talking about some mindset things. We're in the new year now with New Year's resolutions and all that yippity yap about and just in people talking about just ways to get in, to jump into the pool, right? And so this was an opportunity that I thought that we could have just to talk about the mindset part of it. The things that we don't really talk about or consider when we're starting on a fitness journey, and the things that will help us the most. So I just wanted to take this opportunity and this time to share this with as many people as I possibly can. So really briefly, just an introduction. Margo, you already know who I am, but for the people who don't, I'm Victoria Williams, workout buddy. My mission is to help as many busy professionals as possible learn how to successfully incorporate healthy habits into their lifestyles so that they lose weight and keep it off once and for all. So I'm all about lifestyle changes. And so just down here at the bottom, just in a nutshell, I don't want to spend too much talking about myself, but these are some things that I really heavily emphasize with my buddies. You choose how you age. And that choice starts now. And you think about when you're 60, 70, 80, 50 years old and how you intend on moving and feeling. Now's the time to go ahead and start thinking about that and making the choices that will help to put you in the best position when you're aging. Another one, you are not your thoughts, particularly your negative thoughts. Um, that you are the observer of your thoughts. It's so easy for us to get wrapped up in, thoughts are constantly in our heads, and they're running in the background. They're at the forefront while you're doing other things, and you have to really be careful about what these thoughts are telling you, or even the vibe of these thoughts. I know for me personally, a lot of my thoughts are negative most of the time. And so, like I said, just separating myself from those thoughts. I don't identify as those thoughts, I'm simply the observer of them. Um, and another one that I'm big about is, in order to create new habits, you have to change your mindset, which is, what we'll be talking about more so today, what we'll be focusing on. And the last one, all you need to do is show yourself that you can do it once. Then you know that you are capable. On this journey, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, hopefully, and how strong you are. And a lot of times, like you said, going back to those thoughts, they'll tell you so quickly what you cannot do and what you're not capable of. But like I said, a lot of times, all the time, most of the time, those thoughts are wrong. So you just have to take the opportunity to prove them wrong. So that's me in a nutshell, and my philosophies and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into why we're here, which is, like I said, looking at the mindset part of getting on this fitness journey. Let's be real, we already know what we need to do: drink more water, eat healthier, exercise. But it's just so much more than that that we're not talking about. So the first thing that you need to do when you're starting on your fitness journey is identify your why. So ask yourself, like, when it comes down to it, what's your ultimate source of motivation? When it comes to your desire to improve your physical health, what is that driving force that will get you to really change? Because I'll talk more about this in a few minutes, but stepping out of your comfort zone is going to be a thing. So what is going to be that thing that's going to keep you like, okay, I need to just work past this, I got this, I know that there's something better on the other side, which there is. I'm living proof. You just got to get over that hump. And remembering your why in the beginning and having a strong why is important. That may be, it could be, some people have more of a superficial why, like, they just, they want to lose weight, they want to look good in their clothes, they want to snatch the waistline, they want to have a, round booty. Some other people, it's more so, um uh, uh they want to, they're choosing how they age. So they want to just make better choices, live a better lifestyle. um it might be a psychological thing. They may be self-conscious, insecure, and they don't like that about themselves, so that may be something that they want to change. And then there are other people who their why is health related, diabetes, high blood pressure, all those things. So, just sitting down with that and having an understanding, a deep rooted understanding of your why will help you to keep you motivated on your journey. Self discipline is something that we don't really talk about when we're talking about that mindset and what exactly it is that we're doing. I know when I was getting started on my fitness journey, um I used to wonder, like, people who would work out regularly, I'd wonder, like, do y'all actually enjoy working out? Like, I don't understand. It wasn't, I saw it as a chore. It was something I had to talk myself into doing because it's the right thing to do, but I don't want to do it. But and that's why I say motivation is fleeting. A lot of people rely very heavily on, whether or not they're motivated to work out that day, but it's you have to work past the motivation and do it because you need to. So the definition of self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. The ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite temptations to abandon it. um so, in other words, the ability to make yourself do things when you should, even if you do not want to do them. So, when I first started, talking with my clients more about self-discipline, I started having them write down some a list. I had to make a list for me. So, Margo, I know that you said that you're in the middle of doing something else. Let's see, I have something in the chat here. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Right. Yeah, it can be a combination of all those things. Your why can be, yes, a combination. Absolutely. And all those things are connected and related. That's something, that I talk with my buddies about, just the holistic part of you, your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, social, financial health. All those things affect you. And so they affect your confidence, your self-esteem, and a lot of it's rooted in how much self-discipline you have. Some people have more self-discipline in some departments versus others. So, um, in regards to self-discipline with your health, the assignment that I give my buddies is to write down the times, um, the days throughout the day, the week, the month that you demonstrated self-discipline. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer for 30 seconds. Yeah, because you already started. And I want you to go ahead and think about, if you're not in a position to write, I want you to think about the times throughout the day, week, month that you demonstrate self discipline based on this definition. Okay. The ability to control your feelings and overcome weaknesses, and the ability to do what you need to do, even though you don't want to do it. All right. So I just want you to think about that. If you can put it in the comments, or if you could share with me. And if you're not able to, I really just want you to think about this on your own at least. Um,
Okay, so you said take 30 seconds or just talk. Which one?
yeah, you can go ahead. Can you think of any?
Well, so the first thing is going to work every day.
Okay. Okay.
It's the first thing if I, but also like after school because I am really bad about not eating and drinking at work. Like I get consumed with whatever I'm doing and not
Hmm.
taking my breaks to eat and drink. So on the way home, if I see something that I want, I will stop and get it versus um wait until I get home or eating the snack that was already in my lunch bag that I didn't eat all day, right? So self discipline is the days that I don't stop somewhere and I can just, practice like, oh, you can save money, you can do this, you got this snack right here. Go ahead and eat this before you get home. Like and drink your water on the way home instead of stopping somewhere. So that's one thing that truly popped into my head that I struggle with weekly, that almost daily. Um, but also self discipline is taking the time to drink water during the day and go to the restroom when your body tells you you have to versus trying to hold it because you're in a classroom.
Hmm.
So I'm working on that because your mind start going, okay, you can hold it a little bit longer. You can wait till lunch, but no, your body said go. Like take care of you.
Right.
You've
Yes.
got to go. So um trying to be more intentional about doing that, but that is years of doing that. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
now I don't really have no choice. Like I need to do it. So trying to be self-disciplined to do that. Um
I think you made an interesting point when you were just talking, and that is that it's self-discipline is fluid. Like there's some days that you are self-disciplined, like
mhm,
you said, like, no girl, you don't need to make a stop, just go home and eat your snack that you packed and you're good, right? But it's why can't we do that every day? And like you said, I
mm,
mean, you just answered that it's been years of not, it's been years of
yeah.
I eat what I want when I want, what do I have a taste
Mhm.
for? And then that voice is telling you to go against what your body is communicating to you that it needs.
Wow.
um yeah, that voice is a whole nother beast. We can have a whole nother but that is all a part of it, and that self-discipline. Thank you so much for that. Can you think of any others? Yeah, and you did. So the second part of this was to write down the times throughout the day, week, month that you demonstrate self gratification, which is basically the opposite of self-discipline. But you kind of listed them both at the same time. But um yeah, going to work every day. That's what I tell people. You don't want to you don't want to get up and go to work every morning, but you do it anyway, right?
Mhm.
But
Yep.
why doesn't that apply to taking care of yourself? Why couldn't it?
Right. Why don't you respect yourself enough to, or yeah, like why don't you respect yourself enough? Like you respect your supervisors by being there on time. Why don't you respect yourself enough to get up and work out or get up and make healthy choices, or you know what I'm saying? So it's a
Exactly.
self respect thing.
Yes, yeah, and that's a whole nother, yeah, respect, right, for yourself. We respect, like you said, our jobs, our employers, our significant others, our kids. We
Mm-hmm.
respect everybody else before
Yeah.
ourselves, and then that shows up in a lack of boundaries, lack of consistency. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, and it's easy when if you're like I need to go, I need to change my eating habits, I'm gonna have salad for dinner, while everybody else around you is having a plate of fried chicken for dinner. you know
Right.
you have to
So I like want to find harmony in it too, because like you said, it's emotional. Um, you were raised eating certain things, right? Or like
right.
when family gets to get together and they eat like the family favorites, the mac and cheese, the whatever it is, right? Like you your soul is not happy if you don't participate in that as well. But trying to find that balance of
Mm,
or that harmony between the two of yes, I want to
mm.
be healthy, but I also want my spirit, to be happy as well. So I want to
Yes,
figure out how to create that harmony.
and that's a good point, with because growing up and just in general, eating it's a ritual when you're spending time with
Mhm.
people and you're fellowshipping and y'all are cooking the food, or you're conversing over the cooking of the food, or you're talking while you eat the
Right.
food, and there's a lot of intimacy that goes into stuff like that. So then when you are kind of isolating yourself in a way, not isolating, but you are doing something different than what the group is different, then that can be isolating. It can feel isolating, and like you said, you want harmony and balance between the two, and you still enjoy these foods. um so and that's really what I have learned, is just trying to find that balance for you that works the best for you, that will, you'll be the healthiest version of yourself and the happiest at the same time, and just trying to figure out what you need to do and what that looks like. But yeah, those are absolutely, yeah, work, and yeah, eating what you want. And I'm not getting up early. For what? Okay. So yes, stepping out of your comfort zone. You and I have been talking about this. um, but I wrote, to establish new habits, you have to do things that you don't typically do, avoid things that you typically do, feel things that you don't typically feel, eat things that you don't typically eat, and say things that you don't typically say. And this can lead to lots of opportunities to experience discomfort. And I am very much an introvert. I am a Leo, so people assume that I have the confidence that I exude. And something that I read a while ago is that Leos are not actually confident as people perceive them to be. They are actually just very good at people, getting people to believe that they're confident. So I am working on making the match. I want to be as confident as people perceive me to be. And I know that the only way to get to that point is to step out of my comfort zone. Same thing with your fitness journey. You look like this and you feel like this, but you want to look like that and feel like that. That's going to require you to do things that you don't typically do, and that's going to make you feel uncomfortable, but that is a part of stepping out of the comfort zone. What I have discovered from personal experience is that once you step out of the comfort zone, it's it always ends up okay. I can't think of a time when I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I mean, I'm sure I've been embarrassed before, but the fact that I don't remember that, it didn't matter ultimately. I could probably list more times that I stepped out of my comfort zone and it benefited me and it helped me grow than not. But I have another mental check-in. It says to write down a time or two, or we can talk about a time or two that you stepped out of your comfort zone and what that experience taught you about yourself, if you are comfortable with sharing that.
Whew. The first thing that pops into my brain is definitely just applying for positions that, like, on paper it didn't feel like I met the qualifications for.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and actually getting one I didn't think I, qualified for, because I didn't have a lot of like leadership experience. So my last position was definitely me stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, I knew I could do it, but I did it scared. Like, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes,
um,
absolutely. I tell my daughter all the time, being brave is being scared, but doing it anyway. Yes,
yeah,
it's not the absence of fear.
yes, definitely.
That's awesome.
That's one thing, and then um, let's see, something. I want to think of something that's like, um, honestly, me saying no to like my family is
Mm-hmm.
me saying, like, stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, I
Mm.
I always want to people please my family, right?
That's
Like,
literally what I was about to ask you. Like, you're a people pleaser, aren't you?
Yes, like, I love seeing everybody happy, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I've done it at the expense of my mental, emotional, physical health
Mm,
for years, right? Like,
mhm.
I'm like, "Oh, they're happy. It's okay. I'll get over it." You know what I'm saying? As long as I see their smile or whatnot. So,
And then you
like,
couple that with the fact that you are not filling up your cup. You're not
yes.
refilling.
So, like, even today, I told somebody no, right? And I came home, I was like, "Babe, I told her no." And I was proud of myself, but I still have to, like, coach myself up to it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. Yeah. And it's
At
going to
my
be a
grown
process.
age of
Right.
38, right?
I
Like, I
know.
still have to, but yeah. So that's
But
another
the
one,
good
I
thing
think.
is that it sounds like you're more aware of it now, so you're taking initiative to
Yeah.
find opportunities to do that. So the more you do it, the easier it is. So I have this visual here, just
Mm,
looking at the comfort zone and how we describe that. We're unchallenged, right? It's very non-threatening. You have a sense of control. I want to focus on that word too. It's a sense of control. A lot of times it's a false sense of control, but whatever. It's very low risk, right? It's very safe. It's predictable. But also with that, there's low reward and low satisfaction. Um,
right.
and so, looking at this, I look at, okay, you step outside of this and look at all of the things in the fear zone that we're experiencing. Complaining frequently, affected by others' opinions, low self confidence, making excuses. These are all the things that I see, like with the people that I'm helping, because I mean, it just makes sense because they're starting off when we start working together, they're all in their comfort zone, and that's the thing, they know they need to step out of it, but they're scared to because they know all these other things that are on the outside.
Mm,
But I know what comes after that. I've experienced the learning zone and the growth zone. So I'm, just trying to help get them from the comfort zone to the learning zone. Because once you get past all those things, making the excuses, fear of the unknown, all of those things, then, acting despite of fear, expanding your comfort zone, developing confidence. Like, isn't that ultimately what we all want, is to be more
hmm.
confident, right? And
Right.
less fearful, increased knowledge, identifying emotions, seeing opportunities. Like, this is what's on the other side, but it's just having to work past that fear zone.
Mhm.
Another thing that I've learned, that will be very helpful on this fitness journey, looking at the different women that I've worked with and looking at some of the things that set them apart, the ones that were more successful and the ones that weren't as successful in my particular, just how my brand is set up. um and that was a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. So there was this psychologist by the name of Carol Dweck, and so she, I don't know if she not invented it, but she did a lot of work with this particular subject. And she says that it's not intelligence, talent, or even education that sets successful people apart. It's their mindset or the way that they approach life's challenges. So people typically have one of two, or maybe a combination, or, depending on what it is. But you either have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So if you have a fixed mindset, that's the belief that you are born with a particular set of skills and that you can't change them. So an example in relation to your health and wellness is, some things I've heard from people with fixed mindsets are, everybody in my family is like this, so, it's genetic. Another thing I've heard is we've always done it this way, so I'm not going to change. Um,
That is like my pet peeve, that one right there.
yes, right. Like, so because you've always been doing it, like that's it. We're not gonna, okay. There's so right. And so then the growth mindset, people with growth mindset, you believe that with effort, perseverance, and drive, you can develop your natural qualities. So yes, this is challenging to me now, but I know that if I put the work in, that I can acquire this ability. So in relation to fitness and wellness, yes, this is uncomfortable for me now, but I know that it is going to get me the results that I'm seeking. I know that I don't really have the most expansive palates, but I am open to trying new foods. Um, so those are just a couple of examples off the top of my head. So I have another mental check-in. So based on these definitions, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, would you say when it comes to losing weight and living a healthier, fitter version of yourself, living that life, would you say that you have a growth mindset or fixed mindset?
I I want to say growth, but I think about the fact, like you were saying something earlier that made me think, um, like different parts of your, be quiet, Dorian. Different phases of your life
Hmm.
are different parts of your life. So, like for instance, my emotional well being, I might currently have a fixed mindset, right? Like I can't
Mm.
see beyond it, but that also affects my growth mindset spiritually or um for my physical health. So I'm sitting in that for a little bit. You made me think about that, like, oh man, you can't have different things, but they're all connected. So it affects the other part too. So in my
Absolutely.
brain, I have a growth mindset when it comes to my physical health, but it's deterred because of my emotional or mental health
Mm.
not being growth mine.
Wow.
So that's what I'm
Wow.
sitting in right now.
Yeah, it's like a spider web almost.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, okay, I see what you're saying. So because they're all connected, you may have a growth mindset in one department, but because you have a fixed mindset somewhere else, that's going to wow, you just blew my mind with that. You really did.
Yeah, I gotta sit in
Yeah.
that for a little bit.
Please do. Yes. And I hope that whatever we talk about today, just, yeah, I hope it triggers something in you to just to kind of sit with. I don't know if you journal.
I do, yeah.
Okay, good. So these will be some things for you to sit with and marinate on. And like I said, these are things that we're not thinking about when we're talking about like, oh, I'll starting on Monday, I'm gonna eat salad every day. Like what?
Right,
What? That's not real. I can do that for 2 weeks. After that, I want some Arby's. Okay.
right.
So okay, thank you so much for that. I'm definitely gonna um yeah, I need to think more about that. And yeah, here's another visual just for you. So, the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. The growth mindset says failure is an opportunity to grow, and the fixed mindset says failure is the limit of my abilities. I just can't do it. And that definitely, when you are in the middle of a set and you're working out and you're tired and you have 17 seconds to go, that's where that fixed and growth mindset is really gonna, yeah, like, I can do this, I got this. Challenges help me grow versus I don't like to be challenged. I've worked with, or I've talked to people that say I don't like working out because it hurts. I don't like working out because I don't like sweating. Like, I can't help you. That's hard. I can't help you, but we're gonna have to start from scratch. So ultimately, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not trying to keep you here all day, but if I had to really sum everything up with the right, sum everything up in a nutshell on the things, the key things that you need to get a healthy start on your fitness journey. You need consistency, you need grace, and you need accountability. So that consistency is going to look differently on different days. But the fact is that you just show up. I saw something the other day and it said something like, if you only have 40%, if you wake up and you only have 40% to give in that day and you give 40%, then you just gave 100%. So, the thing is showing up every day. It's not showing up and going hard every day. And So that's an important thing to keep in mind. I think people, they jump in, they go from I haven't worked out in months or years or whatever the case may be, to I'm gonna work out 5 days a week starting on Monday. Okay, and then with that, that's fine, but they think workout means I need to go to the gym for 2 hours and lift heavy and run fast for, and that's not the case, when it could just be you do a 30-minute walk 3 days a week, and you do yoga 2 days a week, and I mean, it could, it's just being consistent with moving your body. And grace, that is a very valuable lesson that I've learned, that I try to share with other people on this journey. Life is going to happen, life's going to life, you're going to feel how you feel. Sometimes you feel in control, sometimes you don't. You just kind of ride the waves, and give yourself permission to feel how you feel going through these changes, especially if you're doing it right and you're actually doing the hard work, you're doing the inner work, and you're why asking these questions about your habits and your beliefs and in your mindset. And it's going to be hard some days, so just make sure you're not listening to that voice. Remember, you are not that voice, so don't listen to that voice when it's beating you up. Okay. And then the accountability, of course, I highly recommend myself. If you are not accountable, if you don't consider yourself to be your own, a good accountability partner for yourself just yet, and then, like you said, I mean, it's you're accountable in some aspects but not others. So if you feel like you are very accountable when it comes to one area of your life, focus on that as a strength, and know that you're very capable of being accountable, and just figure out how to apply it to this part of your life. So it's not that you're not capable, it's just not that you haven't applied it to this aspect of your life. Okay. And so if you are ready for a true change and in need of an accountability and guidance partner, please be sure to book a call with me if you haven't done so already. But that is it for what I had planned for us to talk about. I would definitely love to have more input from you, but what you shared was very helpful. And I hope that what we talked about today, it sounds like it got you thinking about a couple of things, that you need to sit with, and that resonated with you. So I hope that in addition to applying these things to your physical and your fitness and wellness journey, that there are other aspects of your life that you can apply it to, because like I said, it's all connected. So I hope that was helpful for you.
Yes, it totally was. Is because, like you said, I have some things to chew on, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Good.
Definitely. Um, yep, everybody missed a good session today, a much needed session, especially like
Yes.
at the beginning of the year.
Mm.
Like society just tells us, because it's 2024, we mentally say, okay, it's some type of new beginning. Like, yes, every day is a new beginning by all means. But everybody's just society is in that mindset of it's something new, we got to do something new. But have you intentionally thought about your mindset? So
Yes,
before you
exactly.
begin, so yeah, that was it.
And
This was great.
that's another thing, that you just touched on, another thing I'm big on, and that this is not the time of year to go hard. This is a time to go home, and
Mm-hmm.
to sit and reflect, and to plan, and like I said, get your mind right and prepare.
Mm-hmm.
um because like you said, there are several different new years, there's new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
This one is one, the beginning of the calendar year, and then we
Right.
have spring,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and just the renewing of life, and just that energy that comes with that time. And I
We
think that
get
this is the
sunlight
time.
again. I can't wait.
Yes, exactly. Right. Right. I'm not about this vampire life. I'm
No.
not. I
Mm-mm.
want to be
I want to be
outside.
outside.
I'm a
Yes.
summer baby.
My birthday's in May, so
Okay,
close enough.
yes. When in May?
May 11th.
11th. Okay. My
Yeah.
daughter's May 9th. Those
All
Tauruses, y'all are
right,
special. You have a very special place in my heart.
yeah.
Oh my
When's
goodness.
your birthday?
I'm a Leo. I'm August 10th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so now is the time, yeah, just to really sit and reflect and to mentally prepare for this change that is about to come to you. Because like I said, stepping out of your comfort zone and all that, it's just preparing yourself. And honestly, there's not enough conversations like this being had. And so it's setting people up for failure year after year.
Mm,
So this was my way of attempting to try to break that cycle, um, and just try to help as many people as possible to just to consider some different things.
hmm.
So
Definitely.
I thank you so much. I'm trying to I made this list, all these notes. I have 3 pages of notes. I feel like I didn't talk about it. I didn't look at this paper at all. I'm like, oh, you
You
said
spoke
something
from your
reminded me.
heart.
Right, you said something. I was like, "Oh, dang, that was in my notes. I was supposed to talk about that." So either way, it got discussed. It got discussed. So yes, wonderful. Well, thank you so much again.
Thank
And
you.
I did record this, so with your permission, I will be sharing this with others since they missed out on the live performance.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, thank you, Margo, Sarah. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you get back to doing what you were doing. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I really, yeah, really sit and think about this. And I'm curious to see, what other thoughts arise from your reflecting on this. So keep me posted, please.
I will, definitely.
Yes, thank you,
Definitely.
ma'am. All
Thank
right,
you.
well, my pleasure. And please enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And
You too.
I'm gonna do this again. I don't know when. I will be stepping out of my comfort zone again, but I'll keep you
Yes,
posted.
I love it.
Okay.
You challenging me to step out of my comfort zone too. I hear you.
Good. Yes,
I
you
hear you.
see. Right. And I'm trying to practice what I preach. I can't be too loud if I'm not moving the same way.
Woo,
So,
woo.
yes. If
All
I can
right,
do it, you can do it.
we got
I
this.
promise. You got it. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday,
All right, you too.
and I'll talk to you later. All right.
Okay, later.